Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Vishal Krishna, and this is the Indiassetz podcast. Welcome to the show. And I've got a guest with me who's going to talk about, how do you build great products for real estate wealth tech management. And we'll also try to define real estate wealth tech management. I've got Pratap Adna with me, who's the product head at Indiassetz. Pratap, how are you?
I'm good, Vishal. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Pratap, just tell me, what does a product head mean in the real estate industry? It is so disorganized, but when you talk about a real estate wealth tech company, there has to be a product head. What are the type of products that you offer in this digital world of real estate? And you can set that in context.
Sure. So normally, I think when people talk product, they talk about a product which has a touch and feel. But when it comes to an industry category like real estate, normally, there is this gray area in terms of understanding what product management caters to. So put it in perspective. Product management in this kind of category, as indeed it is in any financial product, it caters to solutions essentially. So there are a lot of customer touch points. And it caters to the whole gamut of requirements at the customer's end in terms of be it in the realm of advisory services, be it in the be it in respect of valuations of properties. What are the tools that are required to give instant solutions? Be it in the realm of ancillary products like financing solutions, which are customized for each customer type and property type, and so on and so forth. And then there are different channels that we can provide, which the customer, depending on the need, let's say some customers are wanting to dispose of their property for to maximize their returns. Some would like to probably dispose it off to optimize their costs. So we can't sell each of these requirements through one omni-channel. So you need different aspects and different digital solutions, and that's what we're trying to bring in. So the product management from the customer perspective, truly caters to all these solutions and productizing them at various touch points.
Okay. I want you to explain to our audience. This is very interesting, right? Because real estate is a unorganized segment. Yeah. It's disorganized also, if you put it that way. 95% is disorganized. I look at your service portfolios. I want you to explain the context of horizontals and verticals. The service portfolios include market research and unbiased advisory and tax laws, RERA, legal assistance, government liaising work, valuation, risk assessment, and many such more. You have about 10 such services, right? 10 to 11. How would you as a product head look at these service verticals and say, these are the products I'm going to offer you, and this is what you get digitally with Indiassetz?
So what we're trying to do in terms of productizing all of these services that you just listed out, it's not in a manner that you provide a drop down to the customer and say we offer all these 101 services. So you pick whatever suits you best, or whenever you need them the most, you come to us. That's not the idea. The idea is to understand what product to recommend to which customer. So which is why we take this portfolio approach to solving the real estate needs. So when I say that, so there is big data at the back end that we are banking on to provide very bespoke recommendations to customers' needs, which is why when a customer registers with us, we capture their long-term real estate goals and what do they want in terms of solutions, so that we can keep all these solutions in a very narrow range for them, and that is the whole focus area.
What are your opinions on the wordage? And I think you're sticking true to the wordage. I mean, in terms of your implementing, everybody calls it real estate wealth management tech, right? And that is here to stay, it seems. What does it mean? Why this word is important? You have to set that in context, because a lot of people go to a lot of sites and say, what could be so different for Indiassetz? You have to tell me why real estate wealth management tech is different, or portfolio management tech is different, and why such products make sense to HNIs and NRIs.
Right. So as you know, our founders, are ex-consumer bankers, as indeed most of us are in the core group. So what our founding team has realized over a long banking career is that there is a very specific need gap, and that need gap is fragmented. It is not at one place. And real estate, as you know, is in many cases, it's a life-defining investment. It's more than 50% of people's investment wallet share, as it were. But you have dime a dozen solutions for cash investments, but when it comes to real estate, people are left to fend for themselves in a lot of ways. Of course, when you look around, there are a lot of unicorns in the digital space, offering transaction solutions. If you ask for, let's say you're a seller today, and you go to any digital space today, you get bombarded with 150, 200 matches in one go. And you don't even know whether these are filtered leads, whether they are actual end users, whether they are brokers in the guise of prospective buyers. So there are a lot of lacuna. So what we've done is, so if you stick to these property transactions individually, that is the only kind of service you can provide, wherein you are throwing all that is there in terms of your analytics at the consumer, and the consumer is left to now filter it out himself, whether this is a good lead or that is a good lead, and how we should proceed. So our approach is very clear. We have assessed our need gap as follows: that real estate is, as compared to any other product category, has a longer life cycle, first of all. So there is no quick in and out sort of approach to real estate, and that can be very counterproductive from an investor's point of view. So what the path that we have undertaken is quite simple: that we stay meaningfully engaged with our customers. Now the customers category could be that of a beginner or that of an affluent customer with a large net worth in real estate itself. That we keep our services customized to that particular customer, and hence that is the approach we take. So once you understand the need gap properly, and you're committed to staying with the customer through the evolution process of the real estate wealth portfolio itself, I think we would have achieved a lot of our goals that we are set out with.
Right, Pratap. I like, as a product manager, you have to tell me. You guys are not in the business of replacing anybody, right? You are in the business of saying, what is the best product I can offer to the customer? You also alluded earlier that I just don't want to do a drop of services where somebody chooses something and somebody contacts. In this, the journey is truly digitized. You're inclusive of a lot of people. What does inclusivity mean for a product manager like yourself or a product head at Indiassetz? What is inclusivity? Because like you said, a lot of the unicorns out there would say, I'm replacing this, I'm replacing that. But you seem to be inclusive. What do you mean by that?
So the inclusive part of it lies in the uniqueness of the business concept itself. It's built on two fundamental pillars. One is obviously that we are taking the portfolio approach, like I have outlined earlier. And secondly, we are putting all of these touch points as part of a digital journey. So once you do that, it does not matter, what part of the curve, real estate curve one falls on. We have a solution for that customer segment. So like I said, if there is a customer with multiple properties, there could be multiple needs. So he has a need to probably sell one, acquire another, or and these are just buy and sell transactions. So real estate is much wider than that and much deeper than that, in the sense that if you're an NRI, for example, you probably want to keep these properties for the long term. So there is a need to have a trustworthy partner who's giving you property management services on the ground. And then there are a lot of paperwork involved with real estate ownership, and there are no services today on the ground that people can opt for. So we would like to plug in every core service, a core product, and any ancillary service that we can provide in people's real estate ownership. Now, the real estate customer segments for us, it can be a beginner, it can be an intermediate investor, it can be a seasoned investor, or he could be very high, somebody who is having a very high degree of expertise in real estate. We would like to say with our, positioning and with our approach that we have a defined, product-induced journey for every segment of our customer base.
Okay, what is trending for Pratap? What are some of the product ideas that you keep thinking of? Give us a sneak peek into the future. Next 10 months, what can we expect from Indiassetz? What's happening in your ideation spectrum, in your ideation lab at Indiassetz?
Sure. One thing I can say is a lot of things are being built rapidly. Like I said, when I put the product paradigm to a product category like this, it does not follow one trend. So there is a multitude of product level support that we can provide our customers with. And that starts with, let's say, building one's own portfolio, right? To understand that portfolio, if there are any drags on the portfolio, if there are any, rewarding aspects of that portfolio. So to make sense of the portfolio, first up, if you're a real estate owner, that's one stage of productizing the whole thing. The second is to assess it. What is the enumerated valuation of this kind of portfolio? So we have a set of products where, we can provide that. We, like I said, if you're a seller, we do not provide an omni-channel to in which to sell it in. As a seller, what is the the most basic thing one would expect? One is you want the best price for the property and you want it in the quickest possible time, right? So if that is so, we have a product designed for such people, who are in a hurry and to liquidate. If somebody wants to just hold on to the property without any expectation on the time part of it, but wants to maximize the value part of it, then we have a product. What I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, whether you're a seller or you're a prospective buyer, or you're an owner who's trying to, looking for tenancy management services. So you look at any aspect of it, we have, all these services packaged in the form of a product. So you can, depending on your need, you can come in and, take it from our shelf. And what we're trying to do, Vishal, is very honestly, not provide technology from the provider's perspective. It is to give what the customer needs. So the technology should enable itself with our overall goal of providing these solutions to our customers, and it should not be thrust on them, and definitely not spam them.
Brilliantly laid out. You read my mind. Complexity versus simplicity. As a product manager in the real estate wealth management platform, how do you define the two? It's easy because products can become overtly complex and they can become overtly simple. Finding balance. How do you describe that?
So by nature, this is a complex product category. I mean, see, I don't want to simplify it in a sense that, how do you call a simplification? If I solve it quickly, whether it is simplifying, or if I solve a particular solution without spamming the customer with too many services, be it on email or on phone calls, is that simplifying the whole process? Yes. So what we're trying to do is, we want to stay engaged, but we want to stay engaged meaningfully. We are not going to push 100 notifications in a day to say we are doing this also and that also, whether the customer needs it or not. So we are not doing that level of business. The very fact that we are taking the portfolio approach to solving real estate needs means that we are engaging meaningfully. And when I say meaningfully, it is to understand the customer's needs upfront when we onboard the customer, and carve out a journey which is rewarding from the customer's perspective.
So it's a true real estate portfolio management company that has taken a complex product and made it easy for customers, and it's customized. That's what you're saying.
That is exactly my point. Yes.
Okay. So no wonder, ladies and gentlemen, that the company has earned more than 10,000 registered clients with active asset management of $1.35 billion and gross transaction value of $135 million. Is that correct? Is that what you guys do?
Yes, that is right. So, we take the subscription route because portfolio management, obviously entails that a customer is, engaged with us in the long run. So the numbers you just put out are absolutely correct. So in the times to come, as you know, we have a unique customer acquisition model itself, that we partner with some of the large banks and wealth management companies. So consequently, our classification of customer base is slightly up-tiered as compared to the larger market. So that also gives us a good chance to have a portfolio size of the kind you just mentioned.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask him one more question, and that is, what makes Pratap, be inspired? What are you reading at this point of time?
Oh, Vishal, really, I mean, the only thing that inspires me is to bring in products that are simple, easy to understand. We don't have to oversell them for the customer to understand. Certainly, there is the lesser amount of the superficial element that we can bring into our product paradigm, the better it is. So all our efforts are tied into making the product simpler and in a very non-spamming way.
Thank you for joining this podcast, Pratap. Ladies and gentlemen, do like, share this podcast. Obviously, Indiassetz simplifies real estate portfolio management for you. Please ask questions, because I can then ask Pratap and he can answer them for you. I am your host, Vishal Krishna, signing off. Pratap, thank you so much for being on this podcast.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for having me.
Real estate made simple, professional and research driven. Download the Indiassetz app now.